Between all the platforms we're on, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, podcasts, blogs, stories, keeping your links organized can feel like a full-time job. That's why link in bio tools exist. But every so often, a new one pops up. And of course, it's promising to be the next big thing. But this time, there's a new one. It's called LinkMe. It claims to be the one-stop shop for creators, influencers, and small business owners. Basically, your digital storefront profile and business card all in one. But does it actually deliver? Or is it just another shiny clone with good marketing? Hey, it's Caitlin and welcome back to GBRLIFE Reviews, where I test the tools, apps, and platforms so you don't waste your time or money. Just mine. Now let's find out what LinkMe is, really all about right after my quick intro while you like and subscribe. And remember, there are chapters you can skip ahead.
Welcome to GBRLIFE. We'll talk big love, everything in the mix. So bring your board, your bite, your bright. You're home now, babe. This is GBRLIFE. Ooh, this is GBRLIFE.
So what is LinkMe? It's exactly what you think when it comes to a link in bio and digital networking app that positions itself as the next evolution of how we're sharing our online presence. But instead of just housing links like Linktree or beacons, LinkMe wants to be a smart digital business card, letting you share your entire brand, connect with fans, and even sell your products or collect payments directly, kind of like Popl. But in my opinion, it might be better. It's built for creators, influencers, and entrepreneurs who want more than just a plain list of links. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about and get right into it, especially what I liked. Here's your website. This is where you're going to go ahead and either log in through here and go ahead and set up your account, or you're going to do this through an app. Yes, it is available online or through an app. It's up to you on how you want to do this. But essentially, here's the website kind of just showing you all the things that you can do. But going over to LinkMe itself, I'm going to be honest, setup was smooth. You can already see the design is clean, and that's something I always talk about, if it's clean. To me, this is pretty clean. You have all of your links right up top if you want that. I added the tip just so you can see that you can actually ask for that instead of doing buy me a coffee. And then there are the links that you can add in. These are external links that you can add that obviously are not social media. And then you can add in your content photos so people get an idea of, I have a vlog, I have a blog, I wrote a book and a workbook. And then you also see I put in the Mama Koala design, one of them right here. And if I click on it, it shows you the nice picture up close. You have your website options that you can add as well to contact a person, and then the email to contact a person as well. And then you have your shout outs. You can actually do this. It looks like the only way you can do a shout out is through their app and their media as well, but you can see it on the website regardless. And of course, you can add in your email to connect with that person as well. This is what they're seeing on the outside if they are looking at your profile, your audience. But to edit it, it's very easy. And that's one of the things that I really loved, is that it's a quick setup. I don't like doing things all day and I just want to get it done, uploading photos and adding links, and then basically it's done. And that's really what I liked. But what I also really liked is that it makes you look like you're a polished influencer or business very quickly. You're not really struggling to make all of this look as like you are very good at design. It kind of already creates that design for you in a very easy to look at format. So of course, you see that this is quite large. That doesn't mean that it's going to look large when you're looking at the profile, because I'm going to go back to the profile and you see that this is actually much smaller and it doesn't feel cluttered. You don't even have to add in these photos if you don't want to. It really just depends on what you're doing. But you can manage your platforms, social, business, music, payment, entertainment, lifestyle, others. That's really awesome because, of course, you are able to determine what you need just by looking at this and quickly going over to that subject, that category, and adding in those links that you want. You can even change the style of the logo of LinkMe so that it can be along with what your brand is, or it can be something that's a little less obvious that you're using LinkMe. Whatever you want to do. You also have your custom links. That's where I added in this, but you can do small link, you can do a thumbnail link, and you can do that big link. Thumbnail link would be really great for YouTubers like myself, adding in that thumbnail, and so people can go ahead and click directly over to the latest video. You can see where it's already kind of gearing itself up to be perfect for creators who don't want to manage a full website, but you still get all your essentials in one place: your socials, your products, your podcast, your newsletter, your payment links, because yes, there's payment options. Basically everything you need all in one spot. Unlike Linktree, it feels like LinkMe was made for this era of creators, the ones juggling multiple income streams, projects, and platforms, because it's very rare to find someone who truly niche down to one thing only, especially in the longevity of someone's career. Plus, this also works as a digital business card. When you use it on the app, you do get the option of having a QR code to go along with this. But of course, you can also just give someone that link and they can utilize anything they need. And more importantly, there's an opportunity to contact you directly from this page and your profile. So it really is more like a business card than it is just a link in bio. And then you also have the ability to add in merch, your own merch. You can change your colors for your profile, and none of this is cluttered and none of this is complicated. You can add a digital product. Here's a digital product that I've added. My workbook, I have it available as a digital option, but you can also buy it with the spiral version as well. You also have locked products. So basically this is saying you can only get to this if you pay for it, which is good sometimes and also bad other times, depending on what you want to do. Then you have your actual LinkMe products. I didn't add any designs, so I don't have any of that for you to see. But that's basically it when it comes to your profile. Now, there is a couple other factors here. So first and foremost, the analytics, and that's basically just the analytics. You can also add in agency members if you have an agency. You also have your sales analytics. Okay, so this is talking about the tips management, but if you're doing anything for sale or you're doing anything basically where you're going to be collecting money, this right here is where you're going to see it, but it's also about where you're going to be able to add in your Stripe account or your PayPal, because you have to add all of that information before this works. You can do it that way. Now, and okay, create and sell merch. They make it so that you can utilize this. This right here, everybody, is Printful. That's who they are working with, in case anybody's interested in doing something like that and understand that. Those digital products. And then here's where the fun stuff happens. The coming soon course builder. If you want it, coming soon. Now, let's talk about the things I didn't like, because we're already looking at it. Stan Store, which I reviewed. I'll go ahead and add the link for that if you're interested in Stan Store. That is where you're going to be doing all your course stuff. A tool like this, it almost had it all. Your merch, your tips, your digital products, but no course builder. Stan Store, it has that. And it's made more for people who are those coaches and who are looking to build course content and that kind of stuff. So if you're into education or digital teaching, you're going to hit a wall here, basically. But if you are more of a creator, influencer, or small brand, LinkMe still covers your core needs beautifully. Now, the other thing, though, is that analytics. These are the things I didn't like. Okay. You can see it. It looks like it's very detailed, but it's not really giving information you really need. Profile visits and potential clicks, but your visits and total activity are kind of matching each other. I don't really like that. Profile views, total. I mean, it just seems like it's nuanced, the same thing over and over again in different ways. What we want as creators, as small business owners, is what people are looking at, what may be the reason that they're looking at, what is the demographic looking at that, what time that they looked at it. Yes, the actual location, that helps, but just way more detailed about who your customer or audience is. That's how you know it's good analytics. And for series creators who track conversion paths or ad traffic, I mean, yeah, you're going to want some more insights than what LinkMe currently offers. The desktop version of this and the app version of this, they're similar, but they're not the same. So for example, you're limited on the desktop because I can't do any shoutouts here. I have to download the app in order to do something like this and really make myself a little bit more known on here because of that social media aspect of it. So I don't really like that. Why can't I just do everything in one location? But it was clear that this was actually built first as a mobile option. You can still do a lot here. I'm not saying you can't, but it does feel a little limited. I'm going to go ahead and show you what the mobile option looks like right here. You get the idea. So now that you have an idea of what it looks like on the desktop version, let's talk pros and cons and also a comparison chart. Pros, sleek and modern, simple setup. You can have tips and digital sales. It's basic with analytics, but it is functional, and it is a very social and community-driven feel to it. And yes, it's free. So you don't have to pay for anything if you don't want to. That's not to say that there isn't going to be pricing or any sort of pro or anything. Now the cons. Desktop tools are limited. I want some more features. I think that customizing is a little bit limited here. There's no course builder. And those insights, we want it to be a lot more involved. Plus, you can tell that this is still very new compared to other things, but for this being new, it's quite good comparing things that have been out there for a long time. Some of that stuff still feels clunky. This is definitely on the better version of the clunkiness that you're getting in the beginning, knowing that this is going to be a whole lot better as you continue down the line. And there's no real mid-tier pricing. And speaking of pricing, let's get into that next. Okay, and here we have it. Here is the pricing. You have Pro or you have LinkMe Plus. You get the LinkMe verification, messages, all users on LinkMe, VIP support, advanced analytics, custom branding, and more exposure. And then you have Pro, which has everything included right here, but you also have the shop, the bio, the shop, deep link technology. So that is where it opens your bio link in Safari and Chrome. Then you can sell digital products, advanced customization, and email list newsletter builder. So some of the things I was showing you, you have to pay for. And I mean, it's not the worst of the worst in pricing at $20 a month or $10 a month. $10 a month is a lot more common for a link in bio. Some of these things will allow people to be able to not even really have to have a website. So it just really depends on what you're doing, because StanStore is about the same price as what we were just looking at, if not a little more costly, which is great for those people who are doing your course builder. But if you are looking for a cheaper version and you just go with Plus, I'd say that this is actually pretty good if you're not doing anything to do with coaching or course building and you are doing something else entirely and you need a good link in bio, but you don't want to deal with an entire website. This is a good alternative to that. I think LinkMe is honestly a better option than StanStore for most creators right now because it's clearly set up to be a one-stop shop. So is LinkMe worth it? Knowing all of that, it is kind of worth it, because for creators, influencers, or even small businesses that just need a clean professional landing hub, LinkMe nails it. It gives you pretty much every tool you need to look polished online. And you can link everything together without breaking the bank or learning another platform. That said, if you sell physical products, it could also depend. Because if you already have your own website or Shopify store, just keep directing your traffic there. LinkMe is better suited for creators who want everything in one link and not necessarily an e-commerce brand that needs full shopping functionality. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and give the GBRLIFE rating for LinkMe a 3.5 out of 5. Because LinkMe is one of the most promising link in bio tools out there right now. Are you ready to switch over your link in bio to something like LinkMe? Do you even use a link in bio anymore? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it for this week's review. But if you haven't seen my last video on Zen Browser, go watch that next. It's the perfect balance between Brave and Arc in privacy and aesthetic. And you can find that and many other reviews on GBRLIFE Reviews Unfiltered Opinions playlist, with a new review every week, so you have plenty to choose from. And with all of my content on GBRLIFE.com or my fabulous Mama Koala clothing line, you don't have to be without GBRLIFE in your life. Now go watch more GBRLIFE reviews. They're waiting for you right over here somewhere. Bye!
Not your bit less.